Hey everybody, welcome to the Guitar and Harmonica YouTube channel. Today we're in the key of E. I have an A harmonica here in the rack, so we're in cross harp style. And we're going to look at the 32 bar outro harmonica solo for Bob Dylan's Don't Think Twice, It's Alright. On guitar, we've got, you're going to need a capo. I'm capoed at the 4th fret. We're going to be playing in the C position, so we're going to be using C position chords, although we're in the key of E. All right, due to the capo being on the 4th fret, we'll find the E root note on the A string at the 7th fret there. So if you finger your C chord, you've got your E root note there on the one chord. And we're going to look at the Travis style finger picking pattern that Dylan played when he first recorded the song, and just for the heck of it, we're going to look at an alternative strum pattern that works well with the song as well, in case strumming is more your particular style. Now in the previous video, if you haven't seen this, you're going to want to go back and look, because this is an important part of the song as well. We looked at the 3 turnaround breaks that Dylan plays after each verse, and like I say, that's an important part of the song, so go check out that video as well. And again, today we're just going to look at the 32 bar outro solo. Basically, it's a 5th verse, but instead of singing a 5th verse, he does a harmonica solo over the chord progression. All right, so the finger picking pattern, we're going to go ahead and hit that root note, that E note on the A string 7th fret for the first beat. Also grab the at the 4th fret, which is actually an open string because of the capo, on the G string. Grab that. So there's beat 1, and then our alternative bass note is at the 6th fret on the D string, and then grab the B string at the 5th fret there with that's being fretted by your index finger. So the first 2 beats. All right, and that's literally the pattern. He just repeats that, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to repeat that pattern for every chord that you play. All right, so if you go to an E minor, or an A minor rather, all right, that's the pattern. And if you want to go to a G, obviously you want to grab the root note on the low E string. I'm playing an F. I'm using my thumb to get the low E string at the 5th fret there. You can play an E just using this shape. But that's the gist of the pattern, and I'm going to let you kind of play around with that. Again, on the record, it's going at a pretty good clip. We're going to not worry about that since we're just learning the song. There's a D7, so you're going to want to hop down to the floor to get your D string and G string alternative bass notes. All right, so we'll go through the chords together, but as far as you working out your pattern, that's the gist of it. You can kind of work on that on your own. All right, so if you want to strum, you can hit the bass note for the first beat, down, up for the second beat. On the 3rd beat, just hit an upstroke on the off beat. So the first 3 beats, all right, and then go down, up for beat 4. So all 4 beats if you're strumming. You would just use that same pattern over each chord, okay? So now moving to the harmonica, like I say, this is after the 4th verse. He plays the same 8 bar turnaround that he played after the first 3 verses, and then he continues through the entire verse progression. The final vocal, the kind of the title hook of the song, is played over a C, G, C, C progression. And what he does, I'll play it and sing it. He goes, "Don't think twice, it's alright." Okay, so that should be pretty familiar with it. It's a C, G, C, C. All right, and then the he plays the turnaround that we worked on in the previous video. That progression is C, G, A minor, F, C, C. All right, and the harmonica part starts on the last C of the vocal line. He blows out on 3, 4, 5, and then when we get to the 8-bar turnaround, he draws on the 3, 4, 5 on that first C chord. All right, so don't think twice, it's all right. All right, then he holds that for most of the duration of the G chord. Right before he goes to the A minor, he blows out on 4, 5, and then for the A minor, he's holding a 2, 3 draw. All right, and this is a pretty good approximation of what Dylan's playing. It's not exact note for note, but it really gets you in the ballpark. So the first 4 bars of the turnaround, we'll take it from the vocal line. Don't think twice, it's all right. So I'm drawing in on 2, 3 for that that A minor, those 2 A minor chords there. Don't think twice, it's all right. So I just kind of moved up to 4, 5 real quick there, and then for the blow, and then draw 2, 3 for the A minor. When he goes to the F chord, then he blows out on 2, 3, 4, holds that for most of the duration of the next F chord, and then kind of moves up and blows out on 3, 4, 5, and then comes back to 2, 3, 4 to draw and hold it for the final C chord. So that progression sounds like this. So I'm just 2, 3, 4 over the F. All right, you hear me move up a little bit to 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, somewhere in there to blow out real quick before he moves to that to the 2, 3, 4 draw for the 2 C chords. So let's run through that from the vocal line. Don't think twice, it's all right. All right, then he gets into the next 8-bar part of the progression, which is a C, G, A minor, and then he goes to a D7, D7, G7. Okay, and you can hear that in the lyric, that chord a lot better if you're, play the record. You can hear him singing along to that. On harmonica, he kind of goes to the 3, 4 draw over that C chord. And then on the G chord, he holds that for the duration and then blows out on 4, 5. And then for the 2 A minor chords, he's hitting some single notes. He's hitting a 4 draw, and he's kind of bending it a little bit, and a 3 draw bend a little bit on the G7, or on the other A minor, I'm sorry. So it's kind of a 4 draw, 3 draw over the 2 A minor chords. So again, it's in, draw in over 3, 4, hold for the G chord, blow out on 4, 5, and then try and get those single note 4 draw and 3 draw single note over the A minor chords, and try and bend it a little bit. If you want to get kind of close, he kind of does that. So we'll go, let's see. So that's the first A minor. Okay, so it's sorry. So he does the same thing as he did over the G or the A minor. He does that over the G7 as well. He goes to kind of a 4-draw bend and a 3-draw bend. On the D7, he's just kind of holding the 3-4 draw. All right. So let's run through the first 4 bars, then we'll run through the second 4 bars. It's a 3-4 draw over the C, hold it, 4-5 out right before the A minor, then 4 draw, 3 draw with a little bend in there. All right. So he's 4 draw and 3 draw bend over the A minor and the G7 chord, and 3-4 draw pretty much for the C, G, and D7 stuff. One more time. Sorry. All right, that's the second 4 bars. So let's run through everything up to that point, starting from the last lyric. So, don't think twice, it's alright. Goes now we're into a C, C7, C7. That's where he's singing. If the rooster crow at the break of dawn, and then an F, D7, D7. The rooster, the break of dawn. Look out your window. I'll be gone. Alright, so it's C, C, C7, C7, F, F, D7, D7 on guitar. And for the C, we're going to stick around the 4 draw. He throws some bends in there. And then move down to the 3 draw for the 3, or the C7, C7. Can throw some bends in there. You listen to the recording, you'll hear it. And for the F, again, he's out. Most of the time you'll hear he's in for almost everything, except for the when he gets to the Fs, he's usually blowing. Otherwise, he's drawing on the harmonica. So for the Fs, we're going to be blowing out on the 3-4 again, and then come back to the 3 draw for the final D7, D7. So if you think about it in terms of the vocal, when the rooster crow at the break of dawn, look out your window, I'll be gone. Alright, on harmonica, let's run through that 4 draw, 4 draw, 3 draw, 3 draw, with the bends if you can. And don't worry too much if you can't even get the single notes. Just play the 3-4, whatever you get there, okay? But the main thing is draw. Okay, so that's 4 draw, 4 draw, bending it. Actually, that's just a C chord there in the beginning. So we move down to the 3 draw, bend on the C7 chord. Out, 3-4 for the F, and then back to the D7. And he's on about the 3 draw there, you know. And this is just one version of this song, so don't worry too much about it. But if you can do this, you can really play around with it and you know, kind of make it your own. All right, and then the final 8 bars, He's playing a C, G7, A minor, F, and then C, G7, C, C. Okay, and let's see on the here he keeps this pretty simple at the ending on the C chord. He's drawing in on 3, 4, 5, holding it for the G7, holding it still for the A minor, and then he plays a 3, 4, 5 out blow for the F chord, and then 3, 4, 5 back in for the C, 3, 4, 5 out for the G7, and then back in for the final couple of C chords. All right, so it's just one more time. That's the last part of it. So the whole thing, again, it's 32 bars, and there's a lot going on with that chord progression. So, you know, that's why I split this into another video, because it's kind of time consuming to run through it, but it's cool, and it's a great way to learn how to play cross harp without, you know, when you have more than just a 1, 4, and 5 chord. Because obviously here he's throwing in some A minors and some D's and D7s. I'll try and run through the whole thing one more time, okay? Don't think twice, it's alright. Okay, so enjoy that. You know, our goal here again at Guitar and Harmonica is to develop our own style on guitar and harmonica. That's what we're working to achieve here. But again, you can't beat Bob Dylan as far as influence goes. So it's definitely worth checking out some of his stuff, and that way you have it as an option to apply to your own style. All right, so thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll be back again real soon with another video. If you do like what we're doing, please subscribe to the channel. Say hello to us on Facebook if you're there on Facebook at Guitar and Harmonica, and our website is guitarandharmonica.com. There's a series of books there devoted to playing guitar and harmonica in the rack together. All right, thanks again, and we'll see you soon.